Okay, in homework 1 we have a calculator question and we have the shadow of a pole. So here is the shadow here, this part here along the ground. The shadow of a pole, and so the pole is this section here. The pole is this part, and we have to make the assumption that the pole is actually at 90 degrees. It's not given, but we have to make that assumption. So the pole in the figure is, the shadow I should say, is 11.1 meters, and we want to find this angle here, which I've done in green here. It's alpha. It's not very clear in the diagram. Let's draw it here nicely. So we want to find this angle alpha to 2 decimal places. All right. So another assumption we should be clear about is that this is not to scale. Quite obviously, the pole and the sun there. This is just an approximate diagram, so we're making the assumption it's not to scale and right angled here. So we can use our trigonometric ratios. We have here the opposite side and the adjacent side. So we could use a couple of ratios, but the easiest one I think would be the tan ratio, which is short for the tangent ratio. And we can see it's the opposite side here, which is 20, divided by the adjacent side, which has the value 11.1. Right, so then if we want to find this alpha, we have to undo the tangent ratio. So the way that we undo that is there's a calculator function called the inverse tangent. So when we write this, it looks like alpha equal to the inverse tangent. Let me just write this. So this little power of -1 here, we mean the inverse tangent. And then we use the same fraction here. So I've also introduced some safety brackets here. The calculator will also put them in when we type these in a moment. So we have here alpha is going to be equal to this expression. So this expression on the right is what we need to type into the calculator. So let's go to our calculator page. We're going to start with a new document, a calculator. And all of the trigonometric ratios are here in this trig button here. So the one we want is this one. This is the inverse tangent ratio. Oh, we can't see that very well. Just a moment. There we go, that's better. So we have the inverse tan, and notice that the calculator puts in brackets automatically. It's expecting us to type in here a value, and we're going to use this fraction button, so press Control first to get that blue operation. And then we have 20 in the numerator. To get to the denominator, use our down arrow, 11.1, and press Enter. Before we do, we should be very careful to check that our document has the correct settings. So let's go to our document settings, because here alpha, we want it to be settings, document settings, so 7 and 2 you could say. We want our angle in degrees, so please make sure that we're in degrees here in your calculator. Now we can press enter and we have our answer 60.9697. Now that's to 4 decimal places, or we could say 6 significant figures. So let's write that in. And you've noticed when I've written my answer, I've written the decimals here continue. I've written 3 dots here. And we can see this just very quickly. If I just press the up arrow to get to my answer, press enter, and we'll see what this value really is. You can see that the decimals actually keep on going here. But our question here kindly has been restrictive enough for us to say we are only interested in the first 2 decimals. So here are the decimals start after the decimal point, so there's 1, 2 decimal places. But we need to think carefully. If we look at the next digit, if that next digit is 5 or bigger, we should round up the previous digit by 1, which is what we'll do here, because 9 is obviously bigger than 5. So our answer will be, so it's about equal to 60.97, rounding the 6 up by 1, correct to 2 decimal places. Right, sorry about the aeroplane noise. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please pause, rewind any sections that you need to use for your calculator skills, and we'll see you in another video. Bye for now.